All right, y'all. Game one of the NBA Finals. Knicks got a 1-0 lead. And man, Jalen motherfucking Brunson. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys. My name is Watch You Shadows. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Game one happened yesterday. I didn't get to kind of come straight on here after work. Not even after work, but like I didn't get to come on here straight after the game like I wanted to because I had something to do with work, so I couldn't get on to it straight away. But it is the next day, and I do obviously want to talk about the game. So let's kind of get into it. Early in this game when it started off, it looked like when the game like first came out and tipped out, it looked like the Knicks had like continued where they left off and they weren't sitting out for like a week or so because they came out firing. I think they had like a 8-4 or like 10-4 lead. Like they came out and they were hitting like a bunch of shots. And it looks like the Knicks were just going in early. Like they hadn't had any rest at all. And then when Dylan Harper came in the game off the bench, Dylan Harper had scored 10 points. Didn't miss a shot at all. He was literally like perfect from the field. Had gotten an and one on Jalen Brunson, and it looked like. And then the Spurs ended up taking a lead. The Spurs went on as many as it was 20-3. They went on like a 20-3 run at that point. And it was like a low scoring first quarter because a lot of them were like bricking like after the kind of that period, except Dylan Harper. But yeah, man, it looked like they were going nuts. And then like a notable thing that happened, Harrison Barnes was put in this game, and Harrison Barnes, him and Landry Shamet had kind of like went up and like tried to bump each other to go for a rebound, and him and Shamet had collided with each other, and I guess the force was enough to knock Harrison Barnes down, and he fell into Jalen Brunson's knee. And Jalen Brunson was limping and hobbling after that play. And the moment we seen that, we was like, oh shit, bro. Not another NBA Finals with a superstar fucking injured, bro. We legit were begging and pleading. We were like, bro, please don't let this be the case, man. Like, please don't let this be the case. And when Brunson went to the locker room, everybody like pretty much was like fearing for the worst. We were like, oh shit, bro. Like this is literally gonna happen. Game one of the NBA Finals, one of the more excited finals that we've had matchup wise in a while with the superstar talent that we have and the biggest market in the world in New York. We were like, bro, ain't no way this is literally gonna happen. But yeah, that's how that ends up going. So Brunson goes to the locker room, and then we got Karl-Anthony Towns kind of playing point. And we're gonna get into the stats and stuff in a minute, but salute to Karl-Anthony Towns this whole night. Cat was not scared of Wemby at all. Cat would attack Wemby, use his weight against Wemby and realize that, hey, Wemby, you're not stronger than me, and also I'm kind of quicker than you because Cat would use his first step and would attack Wemby off the dribble and had gotten multiple layups at the rim, multiple layups at the rim with how his frame and his quickness worked. And Cat just was not scared of the moment. Like he was getting everybody involved. When Brunson got out too, like Cat became literally a point center at that point. Cat was doing everything tonight, and salute to Cat. He was everywhere. Um, but with even with that though, Brunson going out again, like it just seemed that like the Spurs had the lead, and then Brunson comes back in the second quarter. And Wemby goes to the bench to put Luke Cornett in, and immediately, what is that? We'll play. I think it's a floater. Yeah, Brunson gets a floater on Vassell and Luke Cornett, and he falls to the ground. And Cornett and basically Cornett, I don't like, and it wasn't like intentional, like they didn't touch him, so it wasn't a foul. Like, but when Cornett was like landing, one of his foots had stepped on Brunson's ankle. And Brunson had like rolled up his ankle, and like he was like in pain over there with his ankle, and he was yelling at Scott Foster. He was saying, "Call the fucking foul, X, Y, and Z." Like Brunson was getting beat up this game for sure. It also didn't help the fact that like after he made the very first shot of the game with the three, didn't help the fact that like oh yeah like he was struggling, right? It just didn't help that fact at all. Like so him getting beat up and then to shoot the field just didn't seem like a great combo for kind of for the Knicks going in. And then to pile it off, it goes even a little bit even worse because towards the middle of the second quarter, Julian Champagny decided to pick up where he left off from game 7, and he had he had 5 threes in the first half, including a play where at the end of the quarter where Fox has the ball, Fox splits the double team off the pick and roll, finds a wide open Champagny in the quarter, and I think it was Jordan Clarkson or Landry Shamet that was helping to contest Fox with the floater and left Champagny wide open in the corner. But yeah, they did that, and Champagny had hit a three, and I think they went up as many as 8 points, I believe. I think it was like a 8 point deficit for the Knicks at halftime. So it looked like everything was going the Spurs' way. It looked like the Spurs was in control, and it looked like outside of Cat, because Cat was the only one that was really getting any buckets. It just kind of looked like, damn, the Knicks as a team, like the Knicks as a whole, didn't wake up. Like yeah, maybe they were kind of sleepwalking, and kind of stressed from, not even stressed, but like just kind of sleepwalking and just wasn't really awake. Like you could tell that they hadn't played in a week, and you could tell the Spurs had played a couple of days ago. Then the third quarter happened. And in the third quarter, that's kind of when the great shift happened. From that point, the Knicks woke up and they really started getting buckets. Jalen Brunson in the third quarter was attacking and going off. He was talking his shit. He had gotten a couple floaters to fall through and had opened up the basket for him. Josh Hart, the incredible person Josh Hart is. Josh Hart was getting a bunch of key rebounds for the Knicks. I think he led everybody in the game with rebounds. I think he led everybody in the game in rebounds. Like Josh Hart was showing why he's one of the more valuable role players in this league, why he is a winning player in that third quarter. And then the Knicks, they had went up as many as 11, I think. Yeah, they had taken like an 11-point lead. Like they were down 8, and they went up as many as 11. Like 11. I think it was the third quarter or the fourth quarter, but they went up as many as 11. And you seen the tide shift, and you were like, "Wow, San Antonio! Like, are y'all not gonna be able to do anything?" And it didn't help that Wemby and De'Aaron Fox were both dog shit this game. Wemby and De'Aaron Fox were like absolutely atrocious. De'Aaron Fox, especially in that first quarter, De'Aaron Fox had like a bunch of open shots, like wide open, like nobody within like 15 feet of him, and he was missing open shots, and that just continued the rest of the game. He just could not make any shots at all. He was struggling from the field, and then Wemby was struggling too. The idea that they had, one of the things that Mike Brown was like, no, I'm not going to put Josh Hart on you. I'm not going to put OG, even though OG's got some size. I'm not going to put Mikal on you at all. No, I'm going to put Cat on you. And Cat's going to play majority of these reps, and you're going to have to get a bucket on that big body. And he did get a couple buckets, but Cat made it extremely difficult for him. And Wemby ended this game with more turnovers. Actually, not the more turnovers. He had the same amount of turnovers as made baskets. Like, shout out to Cat, man. Matter of fact, let's give Cat a Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that.
Cat was one of the biggest. Was literally one of the biggest. Like, he was the X factor, I feel like, of the series, because if Cat plays well and Cat's doing a great job on defense, this is where it feels like it swings the pendulum for the Knicks. And in game 1, he definitely showed that on the offensive and defensive side. He had made it tough for Wemby to contest. Matter of fact, he didn't start picking up fouls until like the fourth quarter. Like, he stayed out of foul trouble. Like that was one of his biggest things, being in foul trouble. He stayed out of foul trouble. Over in that time, and he absolutely was cooking this game. Um, and then in the fourth quarter, what happened is they made it like they ended up being a tie game after it ended up being a tie game. Deuce McBride had hit a bank shot three, and it was a tie game going into the fourth quarter, 76-76, because the Spurs had kind of rallied a little bit after Brunson had rallied, and then from there. And then from there in the fourth quarter, OG Anunoby had finally woken up. OG had I think he had like 12 or 13 points in the fourth quarter, but OG started hooping. OG had a couple of threes. He had both of them from the weak side corners. He had this three over Wemby where he was jabbing Wemby up, trying to get Wemby to get the guard down, and Wemby had at one point put his hand down, and that was OG's green light. He shot three and cashed it over Wemby. Beautiful shit that he had did over there. Brunson was still now at this point continuing to cook, even though he didn't shoot well in this game at all. He finally was starting to see baskets fall. You seen the Knicks fans in the crowd. They were chanting loudly, "Let's go Knicks," trying to take over the arena. And you just kind of felt it. You just kind of felt the momentum shift for the Knicks. But Spurs kept it close. Wemby had hit a three. It was like a 5 point game. And then it had gotten within, I think it was a 2 point game. It got in a 2 or 4 point game. No, it got in a 4 point game. It was a 4 point game. Actually, no. Actually, no. The Spurs had, actually, no, now I remember correctly. No, the Spurs had a 1 point lead. It was 95-94. And I think Mikal Bridges had just, Mikal or Jalen had just missed a shot. And Jalen Brunson gets the offensive rebound tips. He tips it back out to Mikal. And the Spurs defender helps on Mikal. Brunson's now in the corner. Mikal kicks it out to a wide open Brunson. Brunson shifts to three. Mike Breen does the bang call, and Knicks go up as many as two. And from that point, the Knicks never look back. And Wemby, it's a 4 point game. Wemby gets the ball at the top of the three, and Wemby slips. It goes into a turnover. And with like a minute left, Brunson has Vassell on him. Brunson attacks on the right side. He tries to go for the pump fake. Vassell doesn't fall for it, so then he steps through, falling away, and hits like these beautiful floater that makes it a 6 point lead. And with 1 minute left, and pretty much that like sealed the game right there. And that's how that ended up going. Knicks take the 1-0 series lead, and man, that was an absolute beauty that we had got. Let's kind of go into the stats real quick. First thing, man, Josh Hart again. This 3 points it didn't do anything, but 15 boards, 5 stocks. The most plus minus on the team with plus 22. Man.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that.
Josh Hart in this game was absolutely incredible. Outside of his shooting, Josh Hart literally did everything else that you want as a role player to be able to play, and that's why you pay Josh Hart. That's why Josh Hart is on your team, and he's a winning player, because he comes in and he'll do shit for you like this. Jose Alvarado had came in and given them a couple good minutes as well. I remember his only three of the game. He had hitting a good three. Mitchell Robinson didn't play that much because Mitchell Robinson has the broken pinky in his hand. But when Mitchell Robinson was in the game, they did try to throw a lob to him, and he did. It ended up missing. It was like a bad lob, but he still somehow finished the lob over Luke Cornett with the and-1. It was a beautiful play. If he throws it up higher, like Mitchell Robinson should like slam that shit. But he still somehow caught it low with Luke Cornett trying to hit the ball out, and he finishes that shit, gets the and one. It was great. Mikal Bridges didn't really have to do too much, but he was just out there mainly for defensive vibes today. Shot 50% for the field, but didn't take too many shots. Cat, we already talked about Cat, 18 and 12. Salute to Cat, man. And then OG in that fourth quarter stepped up 17 points, and was hitting a bunch of good shots. And then Jalen Brunson, man. Jalen Brunson, it took 31 shots to get 30 points. But when it comes to the NBA championship, we don't give a fuck how many shots that you shoot. Shoot that shit, because efficiency doesn't matter if you win the fucking game. Efficiency does not matter when you win the game. People only care about efficiency when you lose. But in the moment like this, bro, absolutely you wanted Jalen Brunson taking 31 shots yesterday. 1,000%. You wanted that shit to happen. So yeah, efficiency only matters in that scenario. There. So that's how that ended up going on the Knicks side. And then on Spurs side, man, Vassell, Fox, and Wemby. Man, it was all bad. Let's first talk about Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell just couldn't buy a bucket at all. Like I was watching, there was a play. It was 80-77 with the Knicks lead, and Vassell had blew past Wemby and had a wide open layup, and he had smoked the layup. Like he had smoked it where Wemby had to get the rebound and then had to shoot it off the glass to get it in. Vassell just did not have a good game at all. And it sucks because like he was out there defending his ass off. He was making it tough for Brunson. Him and Stephon Castle were doing their job on Brunson, making him tough shots, and that was their game plan, and it worked because they forced him to take 31 shots. But just on the offensive side, just Vassell just couldn't buy the buckets there, buy a bucket there, and it was sucks. Julian Champagnie, after that second quarter, Champagnie did absolutely fucking nothing. He did literally nothing after that point. The Knicks finally stopped leaving him open. They finally stopped overhelping on the drives, and that literally ended up leaving with Champagnie just not getting them shots, the open looks, because what they ended up doing is they started allowing him. They're like, hey, we're gonna cut off the 3-point line for you, and we're gonna force you to score outside of being a 3-point shooter. And he just could not. Like he had drove to the basket a couple times and just could not get a bucket. As you can kind of see there, like. As you could literally kind of see, they were running him off the 3-point line after that first half, and he just was not getting it from there. Steph Castle didn't shoot well offensively either. They forced Steph to try to be let me not call him Steph. Let's call him Castle. They forced Castle to try to be a 3-point shooter, which worked in the Knicks' benefits because Castle is not a great 3-point shooter. He only hit 1 3, which is the 1 3 he had hit in the fourth quarter, but outside of that, didn't hit threes at all in this game, and was struggling all around from the field. De'Aaron Fox, boy, Hall of Shame performance from De'Aaron Fox today. De'Aaron Fox, I understand again, like I get sometimes going with the vet, because you trust the veteran in certain spots, but this was a game where Dylan Harper 1,000% should have closed. It's like not even no fucking questions about it. Dylan Harper should have closed this game. And Mitch Johnson, I don't understand why he didn't decide to end the game with Dylan Harper, because Dylan Harper 1,000% deserved to close this game. Dylan Harper was playing better. Dylan Harper was getting to his spots. He wasn't turning the ball over crazy. He only had 1 turnover where Fox had 3. Dylan Harper, 1000% should have closed this game. Not sure why Mitch Johnson decided to do that, and I feel like that is a decision that ended up costing them because Dylan Harper was clearly the better player today. And then literally, as you can see, like how Dylan Harper was better. I mean, he was 6 of 10 for the field, 16 points, 8 rebounds. He was attacking the glass over there. Wasn't in foul trouble at all, and had less turnovers. Man, like I don't understand the justification for Dylan Harper not playing. It didn't make any sense to me. And then last but not least, Victor Wembanyama, 26 and 12 sounds good, but when you have 6 turnovers and only the as many turnovers as made field goals, like that's inexcusable. That's absolutely fucking awful. That shit was terrible. Wemby has to be better. And I think the Knicks had a great game plan because they're like, yo, we're not going to put these smaller dudes on you. No, you got to bang with Cat for a majority of this game. And Cat made it difficult on them. Shout out to Cat. Cat did his motherfucking thing. Mike Brown seen that. It was like, and even then, technically OG, right? Like OG could have been guarding Wemby, which he did guard Wemby a little bit. And OG's not a small dude, right? OG's like 6'8" and got like some muscle, got some weight on him too. But obviously, it's different with a 7-footer compared to a 6'8" dude. Like a 7-footer with weight compared to a 6'8" dude with weight. It's a night and day difference. And Mike Brown just had the great adjustment there. That's pretty much it on that side. I just want to bring up the game really quick because I just want to show the specific plays that I was referring to. I just want to bring up the fourth quarter. I just want to bring up those specific plays. So here, let's bring it up. All right, so in the fourth quarter, I just want to bring up a couple specific plays here. So Brunson taps the ball back out. I think it was Brunson that taken that shot, but Brunson taps the ball out back here. Mikal gets the ball. And then Vassell immediately sprints over. Like now, look. There's only Wemby's focused on Cat. Champagnie, because again, I think they were expecting to get the rebound. Champagnie's out of position here. You already see here. De'Aaron Fox is about to tag. OG. About to tag OG. Castle is on Hart. So Vassell is literally in this spot. And honestly, what I think Vassell should have stayed in the spot where he was, guarding the corner. He should have stayed in that spot. It should have forced Mikal to like throw a pass like over his head. And Vassell has a high vertical, so Vassell could have hopped over and got the ball, but he should have stayed at that point. And instead, and again, he kind of does. He does kind of stay there to block off baseline. And he just doesn't cover that up. And then now look, you got a wide open Jalen Brunson. Back to Brunson. And Castle's the one who takes over wide open. Corner 3 is up. Bang! Bang. Mike bring bang right there. And then this is the play, and then this is the last play. The one that like really, this is the play here that ultimately I think, this is the one that sealed the deal for real. But the play dribbles it off his foot. Wemby dribbles off his foot, gets a turnover. Hart picks up the loose ball. And Hart had the 3-on-2, but decides to kick it out because to run a little bit of clock, right? A little bit of smart thing here too. Try to run some clock because you have Jalen Brunson. You got one of the best fourth quarter players in the world, so it makes sense here. So gets the ball to Brunson. Brunson goes gonna go 1-on-1 with Vassell. Yeah, they tell him to clear out. It's like, yo, let's go 1-on-1. Let me attack. And they're not overhelping at all. They're just gonna let Vassell do it because Vassell and Steph Castle was playing great defense all game. So they let it happen. Brunson on the drive. Still great defense. Great defense. Look. Like, okay, he jumps a little bit, but doesn't do enough for Brunson to be able to get the foul call. So Brunson has to do this. Steps through. Underneath, puts it up, puts it in. Jalen Brunson. Absolute fucking banger of a bucket. One of the all-time legendary buckets right there in Knicks history. That shit was absolutely beautiful. If the Knicks go on and win the series, that is a shot that Knicks fans are gonna remember forever. That falling away right there, because if he misses that shot and the Spurs get the rebound, like they're up 4, but like the Spurs can go like 2 for 1. They can attack the basket, or they could go get a 3. If they make a 3, then it's 1 point game, or they can attack the basket, get a quick 2, from there, and then just have to play defense straight up. And again, you still will probably trust Brunson in that situation, but obviously it's a more like pressing scenario where it's like, hey, now you go to a 1 possession game to it now being up. Oh no, it's a 2 possession game. You have to make 2 threes in order to tie this game. So yeah, man, it was a banger of a game. Game 2 is gonna be tomorrow, Friday. Game 2 is tomorrow, so we will reconverge back here tomorrow after that game. I have that game off, so I will be straight here post game right afterwards, with my thoughts and my notes that I have there. But in the meantime, I love you guys. Chaos Control Me, I'm out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, y'all. Deuces.